sold out. So we'll let you know when Vixen is gone. Congratulations.
Okay.
Heidi, here's that other piece we were going absolutely bonkers over earlier.
This is killer.
It's the only one of its kind, and it's called Many Splendid Things.
Oh my God.
All in one. I have 43 lucky ladies that will be able to own this worldwide.
That's it.
And when it's gone, it's gone.
Okay.
It's part of the boutique gallery collection, and it does, I mean, as beautiful as it is, oh, how, good grief, look at the amount of stones in those rondelles.
Yeah, this, girls, this is, I'm so proud of this. This is really one of those killers. Now, I just, because I'm wearing black, I don't know that you can see. Look at each one of these. There are 7 strands here. And they are so special, and Daryl's telling me that there's only
now 40.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, what I want you to, if we could zip in here and show you each one, see this whole little pile of crystal roundels? These are all separate roundels that were handmade for this piece. And they are baguettes and princess cuts, and there are, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 roundels per strand that are all set all the way around. Luxurious beyond, with these big, beautiful jet.
Crazy. That's crazy.
See these jet ovals?
I think when you see it on Victoria too, this is when it really
comes. Look at Victoria. Look at Victoria. Holy smokes, girlfriend.
I told you. Woo. Oh my goodness.
That is gorgeous.
4 or 5 flex pays. Yeah, wow is right. 18 inches, 3.5 inches in extender. So
I think Victoria needs that necklace.
I think every woman in this world needs that necklace. Are you kidding me?
I agree. Whoa. And you know what you can do, and what's kind of fun about this is that you can really wear it a couple of ways. You can tighten it up and really make it, you know, a tighter, rather beautiful collar.